Okay, so today we're going to go through this box of acorns that have already started to germinate. The root, the taproot, the radical has started to come out, so they all get put in a set aside in a specific tub, which is this one. I'm going to go through them, and the ones that are these are ones that we're just showing. So once they start getting long enough that they risk being broken off or getting too long, I'm going to set them aside, and then today they're going to get potted up into recycle water bottles. So here's where they're going to go. They're going to go from here to there, and I'm going to sort through them. So let's get started here. I'll start down on this end. Well, that one's, you can see, is just barely started. Same with this one. A lot of these are probably just going to be barely coming out, but you get surprised that, a week ago they were just like this, and then the following week, be an inch or two long. So there's no. Or maybe it's cold enough this week that in the last week or two that none of them have really made any progress. We're going to find out here. You can see that one's. Yeah, there's a tip on it. Probably should have brought these in a little and let them sit in here for a little while. They're pretty cold. They've been in an unheated room. Oh, there we go. There's our first one. That thing's made some progress. I'm gonna set that one aside over here. Okay, let's see what. No. That one's close. We're just gonna let that go for another week. It's obviously doing something. It's growing. That one's even questionable. That might. Well, it is. You can see it barely. Okay. There we go. That's probably going to have to get set aside and potted up today. No. Whoa. No. Look at that. Look, that's a big acorn right there. It's split on this side. And it's a little bit shown. I don't know about that one. Yeah, I guess most of these aren't making much progress because of how cold it is out now these days. It's just above freezing right now. Probably it's been. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're gonna set this one aside to pot up. Put them in. I put them in these taller recycled water bottles. So the tall ones, I forget what size they are. More than a quart. I think they're over a quart. That way they've got, they're probably 12 inches tall. That way the tap root has some can get some depth to get some length. So let's see. Well, that one's coming along, but Yep. I'm going to move these around, give this a little spray here. Just give it a little moisture. I don't want it too moist. When they're too moist, they don't seem to do well, and they kind of, yeah, they don't. There's one or two bins that I probably got a little too moist out there that are not doing as well as others. It just needs to be, I don't know if you can tell, just, you know, just a little bit of moisture. You don't want them drying out. They seem to like to be moist. Oh, there we go. There we go. So that's 4 over here in the pot up area. That one's not doing anything. Well, we're going to let that go another week. Man, I don't even know. I'm not sure why this one's in here. Well, I guess there's a tiny bit of... That's got a ways to go. That one's coming. I'll slide this up so get a better view of this end. Get some of this soil over in the other. There we go. This is actually just peat. Whoa! It's actually just peat moss. Some of it's mixed with some used, so there's some vermiculite and perlite in it here and there, but it's mostly just peat moss and then some leftovers mixed in. There's number 5. Nope, that's not doing anything. So that top layer and a half there is off. We probably have one more layer going, and these are full. They hold about 100 acorns. That one's coming, but it's not there yet. Okay, so let's slide this back a little bit, and we'll start in over here and see what we've got. Man, that thing's big. Look at that. Can't believe how big that is. Wow. That might be one of the biggest ones. Put some soil around this one. Okay. Let's see if we can try and do this gently as possible. Man, there's another big one. I don't want to break off any ones that had a real big growth spurt. Nope. There were a couple that I think I put in here that it looks like I put some in, a few handful in here that hadn't germinated at all. Those last couple look like they're in that category. But they sure are big. Maybe I put them in here because they were so nice and big and I wanted to keep a close eye on them. I don't know. That's not doing anything. Let's get some of this soil over here. That one's coming along. Give it some more time. Wow. It's coming. Needs more time. Get some spray in here. Okay. Oh, there we go. That one's got a nice root going there. Slide this down so we get a better view. I know some of these aren't the best angles, but this isn't Hollywood. We're just talking about some acorns here. Let's see, that one's needs more time. Man, that's big. Oh, it's going to be nice one day. That one's a smaller one, but it's coming along. This one is split. I don't know. We'll see. Make sure I didn't miss any up here. See if any of the weevils are in here. You can spot them usually. I've probably sort of got most of them out. I haven't seen any so far. They stand out because they're pretty bright. Is that one right there? There we go. There's one. They come out of the hole. There you go. You can see it right there. If it warms up, it'll start coming back to life. I'll set it over here. Chickens like to eat them. That's for sure. I don't see any others. Alright, we've probably got half a dozen left of acorns to go through. That one's not doing much. That one's coming along. Oh, geez, sorry, it's off camera. That one's doing pretty nice. Wait, that's not. Oh, there we go. We got another one. See it right there? Yeah, those little guys. They bore the hole and come out. I know there's some in here with holes in them, but I haven't noticed them. I'd point them out. Oops. Is that one? No, that's just some perlite. Okay. Moving on. That's perlite. That one's a nice big one, but it's not ready to pot up yet. Oh! There we go. That one's probably has the most progress of this group so far. That one needs some more time. That one needs time. Yeah, there's one. I think that's it. Let me set this aside. No, there's another one. Yeah, there's one, I think. Did I miss it? Maybe not. There. There's another one. Go through this one more time. Try and get them out so I can get rid of them, feed them to the chickens so they don't end up in my soil. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I don't want to help spread them. There's plenty of them already around. Thought I saw something. Maybe not. They burrow down to the bottom as far as they can get. Okay. So here's what we have. We have 7 that need potted up, and we got rid of 5 of the weevils. So there you have it. Okay, I'm going to show you how I do the water bottles. So here they are. I like them long. Take a good pair of scissors. Ideally they have the caps on. It makes it easier to do this right there. Cut it around. I try and cut it so I get all the curve off. That way if I ever have to in the future try and pull it out, it doesn't have a curve and I don't have to cut it again. Set that aside. I set these in boxes, plastic boxes that have an inch or 2 of water. So I just take the scissors like this and just make a little slit. That way there's just enough that the moisture can soak up into the bottom. And I put a used coffee filter down in the bottom. And then put peat moss, and then we'll pot them up. I'll show you that here in just a minute. Okay, we're going to pot these 7 acorns up that have germinated. And here's how I do the bottles. I always put a coffee filter in the bottom. And then take a stick. I'm going to make a hole. Start with the biggest one first, the longest radical. Which is this one. Be careful. Always kind of squeeze it around. Get that soil. That peat moss around the taproot. This peat moss is already pretty moist. We had some snow and it's soaked into my open peat moss bag. I put a used coffee filter on the top. And I set it in an inch of water. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these. Okay. Loosen that up so put it down there. Make sure it gets around there. Some water. Okay, there's 2 down. Well, this is a small one, but it's got a long root there. Pretty nice. Down there. Spray that. 3 down, 4 to go. Make this hole here. That one's not very long, but okay. Some of these still have a little bit of coffee grounds on them. Doesn't seem to hurt anything. 3 to go. Make the hole. Let's do this one here. That one's big. Look at that. I try and get them on their side, but that sprout, it'll make its way up. It's pretty hardy. It'll find which way it needs to go. It'll figure it out. Probably does make it a little easier if it's on its side, but if the, that taproot isn't heading that way, it's not a problem. It's better to let it figure it out than it is to try and bend that and break it off. Then it won't work at all. Okay. See, now this one's kind of already heading in the right direction here. So we'll get that one on its side. Come on, water bottle. There we go. Last one for this week. Okay, let's take a look at them. It's heading pretty much straight down. That's where we're going to leave it. That on there. Alright, so there you have it. We'll put these in a tub with a inch of water or so. When it dries up, pour some more water in it. I spray the tops down a couple times a week. Pull them out, check their status, give them a spray. Spray the leaves on the top, the coffee filter, which acts like a leaf. And there you have it. All right.